what's going on. Like, there's probably not as many workers working on the side of uh, the technical support, so there's probably like an error that's going on.
Oh, it says Daydreams podcast with like Lou Schreckenberger,
That's you.
but it's Kaler.
What?
Yeah.
Ugh. Is it a picture of Kaler? Did you click on it?
I clicked on it. It's a video with Kaler.
No, I'm live. I see you right now. I see you on YouTube.
That's so weird. Because like I have a video with Kaler.
Okay, so try reopening up the YouTube channel. Guys, if you're viewing on Twitch, please move over to YouTube because I have no idea what's going on right now. There is a weird glitch, I guess, going on with the software I'm using. And so it's not streaming out to both platforms functionably. And I will have to look into this before the next podcast goes on. So go back to the YouTube channel if you can't find it. So go back to
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah. All right, now let me. Hey guys, I'm super sorry about that. Something's going up. Please make sure you swipe up, rejoin the chat. Apologize.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, I'm sending back out everything because that was embarrassing.
But I don't want to be a dick, but I'm gonna just show you how to spell my last name.
Wait. You literally spelled it out for me. Did I get it wrong?
Yeah.
Did I really? Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold up. I'll update this.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good, dude. It's really hard. Let me send it to you. I probably confused you too.
It's okay.
There you go. At least we're live.
Oh, there's no other G. I missed that.
There's a... Yeah.
Dang, dude. I really butchered that, didn't I?
It's okay. Everyone does.
I really butchered that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
Okay. You good.
SCHRECK. Dang, what was I doing? Was I not listening?
It's all good, bro.
Okay, we're updating that. Now, please tell me if that looks better.
I gotta go back to YouTube because it was kind of like delayed, so I didn't want to listen on there.
I got you. Just if you're on YouTube,
Mute it.
Mute it. Yeah.
Okay.
That way you can at least have the live chat. The problem is right now, there's someone. It's me viewing on Twitch. That's why I have a 1. But basically, right now, I have no idea what's going on with this whole restream, so I'm gonna have to get this worked out before the next podcast. But I really do appreciate you bearing with me.
Nah, man, this is awesome being on a podcast.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, man. So now that I guess we're live, we're back in.
Live,
if you guys are viewing the podcast, tell me if you can hear us okay. I know I don't have a beautiful background. My settings got messed up, so I'm gonna have to refix all this. So if I was just thinking the other day, damn, everything's been going so smoothly with the podcast. I haven't had any hiccups lately. This is dope. This is cool. We're getting this down. And then all of a sudden this happens.
Yeah, this is wild. For sure.
All right, guys. I completely apologize. We're getting up to 7 beautiful people in the chat. Thank you for bearing with us. I know that was a little bit complicated trying to get through this. Again, it messed me up. So if you guys can hear us okay, let us know if there's any issues because I don't know what's messed up. But we're live. We're going to keep moving forward. Mr. Lou, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing, Dylan?
Doing fantastic. I'm so sorry about that, but let's go ahead and get an introduction of who you are.
All right. My name's Lou. I went to high school with Dylan, Collinsville High School.
Yeah.
And I went to Georgia College and State University. Got a degree in sociology and moved abroad to teach English. Now I'm back in Lawrenceville, Georgia, trying to
So,
become a teacher.
where'd you go abroad?
I started in Taiwan for a year. Well, actually, nah. Let me backtrack. The reason I wanted to move to teach English abroad was because I studied abroad in China, only for
Did you
a
really?
month. Yeah, I did. I
When was
studied abroad in China for a month, and I was like, I have to come back. I was like, I have to come back, and I have to live here. You know?
You missed America that much?
No, I had to come back to Asia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, I
Okay.
have to come back to Asia, and I have to live here because I didn't think I was there for long enough. So I was just applying to any company I could, and the first country I heard from was Taiwan. So I moved
Okay.
there, and then after that I moved to Vietnam, and I taught there for 2 years. Well,
Okay.
it was kind of a mix of online and in a school in Vietnam.
Well, that's pretty
But yeah,
cool, man. That's pretty cool. So, what was so attractive about living in Asia?
well, that was actually just my first time I'd ever traveled with studying abroad,
Really?
so it was kind of all I knew, you know.
Uh huh.
So, and I think Asia is probably the easiest place, in my opinion, to get an English teaching job. So
Okay.
it allowed me to travel more.
Okay.
I actually traveled to other places too while I was living over there, and it just kind of let me live out my dream of traveling, I guess.
Yeah, my wife right now, she's been on a fix of traveling lately. So
Dude,
we've
it's
been
great. It's
yeah,
great.
we've been traveling a lot. So I mean, obviously not now with the coronavirus, but
Mm.
last year we went to France and we hit up Europe. Um, wasn't a big fan of France, but I love Spain. I thought Spain and
I've
Italy,
never been to Europe. I want to go.
they were beautiful. Spain and Italy were fantastic. Definitely would suggest anybody that's interested to go there. Um,
Yeah,
but France, not so much. I thought France was a little overrated.
I've heard Paris specifically is a really not a place you want to be.
I've I've
I've
I've
heard bad things
I've heard good
from.
and bad things, but mostly people hyped it up. So I was like, you know what? All right, we're gonna go give this a shot. And when we got there,
Yeah,
it didn't meet my expectations.
from French people I've met though, they're all like, no, Paris is not the place you want to go. You got to go to the countryside or
Yeah.
the beaches.
Yes. Honestly, so we went to Normandy, and we stayed in Normandy for how many days was it? Like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
And it was way better than Paris. Way better.
yeah,
I
I've heard.
loved it.
I haven't heard good things about Paris ever, honestly, from my travels. I really haven't. It's true.
Yeah. We were actually supposed to go to Vietnam this year with Nikki's family. Her whole family's
Where's your
Vietnamese.
family from
Um,
in Vietnam?
I don't know the exact locations in
Do you
Vietnam.
know north, south, or?
Well, her dad is from the north and her mom is from the south, or it's opposite,
Ooh,
vice versa. But
oh,
they're both different. They're both from different areas.
that's some clashing right there.
Yeah. So we have your sister in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's she saying?
She's just saying, "Sup, brother."
What's up? Yeah. So it's yeah, it's just not even from the war. Maybe part of it is the war, but specifically where my wife came from, Central Vietnam,
Right.
they have a completely different tone than everyone else. A completely different, it's almost like a different language wherever you go in Vietnam. And we went to Saigon to visit, and they did not understand what she was saying if she was speaking her regular Vietnamese accent.
Right.
She had to fix her accent for the Saigonese people so they would understand her.
Well, my wife, I don't know what kind of accent. Nikki, if you're watching the podcast, educate me. Do you have a north or a southern accent? 'Cause
I'm gonna guess Southern. because that's like an American
American
Vietnamese.
style. Well, so I can't tell the difference. I
No, I
tr-
can't. I actually, while I was living there, I could, but I've been here long enough to where like I can't even
right.
like speak Vietnamese.
Well, I've
It's
never
bad.
been good with languages, so I mean, I've kind of caught on a little bit to what her parents say to each other.
Hmm.
But in general, I'm already bad enough at English. It's
Yeah,
rough enough for me as is.
yeah,
So we're trying to plan. We were gonna try and plan a trip to Japan this year, um, but that didn't end up working out, obviously, because again, the coronavirus.
yeah. That's been messing up everything.
Yeah, for
Like
real.
literally everything.
You were saying you're a substitute teacher, and it's messing up the whole like education industry, right?
Well, for someone like on the bottom of the food chain like me, but they're doing like online classes now.
Yeah.
So like even if I would have gotten a long term sub job, I would still be working right now. But
Well,
yeah. But
well,
like
what's challenging is I don't understand how they expect some of these teachers to just automatically adapt to online classes.
I think they're trained now.
Are they?
I think they have to be. You know, like it's 2020. Like they if it snows now, they don't. School doesn't get canceled. They have online class.
Oh, that sucks. No way, really?
Yeah,
Yo, that sucks, man. I
I
love
know.
snow days.
I know, dude. They were the best.
Dude, I feel so bad for these kids cuz I mean, obviously they see it as some see it as a plus because they don't have to go back to school, but some of them school is their only social outlet and now they don't even get to like walk. Seniors don't even get to graduate right now or walk, have a
Oh, I know.
ceremony.
And like, I'm trying to be a teacher now, and I don't even know if I'm going to be teaching in a school or if I'm going to be teaching online next year. Like, if I get a job, you know.
Would you rather
Like,
teach in school or online? Like which would be your preference?
I mean, I it's tough to say because like there's positives and negatives of both.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're with them in a school, you can get them to do their work easier.
Mhm.
But like if you're online, like you don't have to really deal with their behavior.
That's
That's
true. That does make
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I
But at the same time, like I've heard like American parents complaining so much about how they're like, "Oh my god, my kids are home now." And it's like that's your job. That's not our job as teachers to like raise your kids, you know?
Yeah, good point, man. Good point. I have a
Yeah.
friend who is a teacher at Taylor Elementary,
Oh
and
wow, that was where you went there too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So she's now teaching at Taylor, but she taught at another school previously. But she was saying, gosh, even this was before the whole coronavirus thing. But she was saying these parents are so freaking spoiled because she can't do anything to get these kids to do their work. She can't implement anything. She can't discipline. She can't say anything, or else the teacher will or the parent will go complain on behalf of the student to get the
Uh,
teacher in trouble. No, I know she's not
no.
at Taylor now, but she
Yeah.
will be at Taylor.
Yeah, that's crazy because and that's what kind of one thing I loved about teaching in Asia was it wasn't the teacher's fault, you know?
Yeah.
Like they like really respect the teachers. They even have Teachers Day over there.
Really?
Like, you know how you have like Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Mm-hmm.
they have Children's Day, they have Teachers Day. They have that. That's like a national holiday there.
Yeah, there's definitely more of a cultural aspect over there, like a collective culture in
Oh, for
Asia.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the more Eastern countries tend to.
Can I get more light? Sorry. Sorry.
You're good, man. You're good.
Can you turn on that light? Sorry, I'm outside. It's getting a
Yeah,
little
you're
dark.
fine, man. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, like the collective culture, like family is huge over there.
Yeah. We
And that's kind of been a culture shock for my wife because like I'm like trying to move out from my parents' house. She's like, "Oh my gosh, like what's wrong with being here? You know, like we're the family."
I agree, man. Shit's expensive these days.
It's expensive,
I
but
would
I don't know.
much rather live at home right now.
But like
Mom, I know I
that,
see you in the chat. I'm coming to live back at home. I love you.
but that American like spirit in me is like I got to be independent. You know.
I hear you, man, and I think that's part of the problem these days is especially I think the coronavirus has kind of isolated that problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is you see a lot of these people, especially like hoarding toilet paper. Again, guys, I don't understand why people are
That's
hoarding toilet
messed
paper,
up.
but they're fighting over these things as if their chance of survival is going to be depleted just because they don't get toilet paper. And it's like, all right, well, you're hoarding cleaning supplies too. For what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get it. Like, and
And like
it's like this individual mindset where it's my stuff. I got to protect me and not you. And that's the one thing that irritates me. But
oh, for sure. And I like look around and I'm thinking in my head like I look around at all these people like I'm just walking the grocery store. I'm like we're all in this together, you know?
yeah,
But it just I would hope that everyone has that mindset just walking down the street, but I like when I see people like hoarding toilet paper and like doing all that crap, it
yeah.
doesn't feel that way.
There was this one incident the other day, and it was at Kroger, and they
Like you
clearly,
saw it.
yeah, we were there, and there was this. Nikki and I were just going in. We were just buying a couple things, and we were going through the checkout, and there was this guy that was going through the checkout, and clearly there was a sign that Kroger had put up on the wall that said, "Please, we're limiting these certain items, these specific items, to
Yeah,
3 per purchase."
which they need to.
Right. Because it limited people from just hoarding it all. And
Yeah.
so this guy was standing in line and he says, he says, like, why can I have this stuff? Like, I have kids. Zoya, I can't do the background right now because all my settings got messed up. I'll explain that at the end. But he was like, why can I have all this stuff right now? I have kids. And it's sort of like, it wasn't the fact that he had kids and he was using that as an excuse to like get this stuff. Like, I get it, you have kids, you need to be able to take care of your kids. Sure, let's support you. But the fact that he wasn't thinking about other people have kids too. It's not just your family,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Like,
the whole point of what's going on right now.
yeah,
Think about other people.
that's what really irritated me. I was like, well, like, what if I said I had kids? Like, what if we had kids and we're standing in line and you're hoarding all the stuff, like, and I need to be able to take that.
That had kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan, hey, welcome to the chat. There's no need to hoard toilet paper. The stores always stock up. It may not be every day, but it'll be there sometime during the week. Amen. Amen.
And now you can't get hand sanitizer on Amazon until May.
Really?
That's what I saw today. Yeah.
No way. Is it really going that
wild.
quick?
It's wild. Till May.
Holy moly. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you just broke up just a little bit there.
I went to Target. Okay. I think. Are we good now?
Yeah, you're
We
better.
broke up a lot. Okay.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I went to Target probably like a month ago when this was all kind of starting up. And I asked like a Target worker, I was like, where can I have hand sanitizer? And she like basically laughed in my face and was like, you have to come here when we're stocking the shelves
Just
to get hand sanitizer. Yeah. And that was
That's
like way
nuts.
before like even was like everything was like this messed up, you know?
Yeah, that's nuts, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Nikki and I have gone out like maybe once a week because we knew this was going to get bad. I mean, my wife works in healthcare, so she's like on the front line dealing with the virus. And we're sitting there and we're like, all right, well, there's a possibility that we might get it because obviously you're going to be in the most contact with it. So we're going to just stock up so that way we can just stay at home. We're not going to worry about going out. We're not going to worry about trying to go back out and get food or whatever. We're just going to stock up, do what we can, do what we want to, or do what we have to. And then, after this whole mess blows over, we'll be good. So we stocked up a little bit here and there when we saw this first thing rolling out. And then it got worse, and then it got worse, and then it got worse. And now, what are we at? Nikki, what's the case at right now? How many cases in Georgia do we have? And it's only going up from here. Jordan said, this will be over soon. My mom said, selfish world. Yep. Well,
will it be though?
There's
just so much uncertainty,
I honestly don't know. So I'm not sure if this will be over soon, because the way the healthcare workers or the way, the CDC is kind of framing it and everything, it sounds like it's going to go on for a couple more weeks. But I was listening. My wife was telling me today that this could very well be our norm in the next weeks.
Norm.
Yeah, well, because of the fact that until we get a vaccine, this could very well be our norm. Because, even if just 15 people have it in the near future, if we get it all the way down to 15 people and then we let those people out of isolation, then the whole cycle starts back over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, I wasn't saying that as a full statement. I sent something before that. Did you send the? Oh, okay, yeah. We're not going to fight this off completely if we do not come to the realization that it's not always about us. If we start caring about other people and practice social distancing, this will soon be over. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't read that part. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, we just gotta care about other people and just not worry about ourselves at this point.
Well, I feel like every time we do a podcast, I'm on coronavirus now.
I know.
It's the one topic. I know it's the one topic that's
Yeah, we should probably get off of that.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, let's hop back over to teaching in Taiwan, right?
Taiwan and Vietnam. Yeah.
Taiwan and Vietnam. What'd you do? How'd you teach? What'd you teach?
English. I taught English both places. Taiwan, I was at it's like an after school thing for them. Kids in Asia, they're going to school during school, after school, before school,
Right.
They're always going to school. Mm-hmm. And one of their after school things is going to English school. And I was that for them in Taiwan. I was that for them in Vietnam for a little bit. But then I was like, oh, you know what? I could kind of stay at home and teach online. And I did that.
That's
for
awesome.
a year. Yeah. And I was making more money.
That's the route I would want to go if I ever started teaching, is teaching online. Oh
yeah,
my
gosh.
Nice.
I mean, I think, not to bring up coronavirus again, but I think it's going to start. I think it's going to start going that way. I really do, for everybody. But yeah.
You think they'll make school year round like that?
Not soon. They don't have the resources to do it soon, but I could see it happening eventually.
Really?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, I would love to teach online if I could. It's just
one-on-one would be good.
Really? I have I'm taking online classes right now, and oh my gosh, not to say anything about the professors, but how it's designed, it's just here's your coursework, here's your stuff, I'll grade it when I get back, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's easy for a college student, but for an elementary school student,
that's true. I can see it being a lot more difficult if you're teaching grade school.
Yeah, they're just oh, I'm at home, I'm not doing anything, or I'm playing video games, or I'm gonna play on my phone, which I mean they do that at school anyways. So
yeah,
it's crazy how many of those kids have phones.
Really, in America or in Taiwan or in both?
America.
Yeah. How what was the difference between teaching in Taiwan versus teaching in America?
Teaching in Taiwan and Vietnam.
Yeah, Taiwan and Vietnam.
Yeah, No, you're good. Teaching in Taiwan and Vietnam, it's like they really didn't have like all that technology on them.
Really?
Yeah, they just, especially Vietnam. Like I think Vietnam's like people don't realize Vietnam's actually a pretty poor country,
Yeah.
and yeah, they just don't have that technology. Like they can't give their kid a phone like that.
Yeah, it's strange how all these kids now have phones running around. Like, I don't think I had a phone until I was like what, in 8th grade, and
Yeah, I got
even
one in
then,
7th grade, and it was it was like a flip phone, right?
yeah, not even a flip phone. I remember it was just like this crappy old, maybe like a slide phone, and yeah.
I got the Razor as my first phone. You remember that?
I wanted the Razor so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, I got that. I was like, yes,
No,
yeah.
I had a BlackBerry though. I had a
Oh,
BlackBerry
that's
going
nice
for.
though.
I think it was Mom, was it a hand me down? I think it was a hand me down. So, it was a hand me down from my mom. She was like, you know what, I'm getting a new phone. But that wasn't until later on in high school. Um,
Okay.
but at that point, I was, probably like 15,
I,
16.
I remember my friend got an iPhone in 8th grade, and we were all like, "What the hell is that?"
That's
It
crazy.
was just like this new machine, and you could like touch it, and we were like, "What?"
That's nuts.
And we're also like typing
Hey,
like this.
thank you for the subscribe. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's Josh. Guys, I don't. If it's still running on Twitch, then let me know. If it's not, I'm sorry. There have been some technical difficulties tonight, so if it's not running on Twitch, move over to YouTube. Jordan says, I think online schools should be the main source. It'll keep kids safe. That's a good alternative for what's been going on with school shootings.
Yes, but
Okay.
I think like yeah, it'll keep kids safe and all, but like all my friends I had when I was a kid, I met them at school. You know,
Right.
like I've made so many more friends going to school. I was able to socialize. I'm sure you were too.
Right.
And most people we know were able to socialize going to school. And I'm not saying like homeschooled kids don't socialize, like they have their groups, but it does make it easier when you have
Right. It
a
does seem
place to
like
go.
there is. I think there is some literature, showing that there is a disadvantage from being homeschooled in the socialization aspect versus going to public school. So
Yeah.
I think you're right on that. I mean, I guess the
And
question is it worth the safety? You
but
know
also like a lot of like the poorer school districts, like those kids rely on going to school to get food.
that. So okay, so that would be another challenge I could see is even if it was online, not everybody has access to the internet, and like
Like
you said,
Gwinnett County, for example, is delivering lunches by school bus, the bus
right.
stops.
Yeah, during this crisis, I was really proud to see some people outside of our neighborhood over here. They're at the start of the apartment complex, and they had just set up like a complete donation thing to give kids food to supply them,
Hmm.
during this period. I haven't seen them in the
Yeah,
past couple days, but I thought that was awesome that they're doing that.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, like Gwinnett County is like bringing kids lunch. I mean, I'm most of the parents aren't taking the lunch, but there are some schools, even in Gwinnett, that kids need that lunch.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's crazy, and I think it would. Like I said, the other challenge would be, unless we could make internet access free, like as a actual commodity to everybody. There's no way that we could actually do that,
Yeah,
because there are people that don't have access to the internet right now, and so I'm concerned for their education. There are people that don't have access to like a computer, so how are they going to learn with these online classes going on?
yeah. That's kind of the point of public schools. That's free. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, unless we start chipping in tax dollars to buy everybody a
and that's
laptop, but
just
I don't know how doable that is. Um,
yeah,
Zoya says,
that's
but
a
how do
whole
you
other
know?
thing.
Right. And Zoya says, how do you know these kids are actually paying attention during online school? So that would be another
You
issue.
don't. But how do you honestly like? It's hard to tell whether they're paying attention. Well, like when you're in front of them, like they're just playing on their phones. Honestly, like I think kids nowadays can multitask pretty well, like
You think?
way better than we could, because they're used to the technology. We weren't used to that.
That's true, but there is other literature that says I'm taking social psychology, so I don't know how accurate and up to date these books are. I mean, but uh, there's literature that says that even the newer generations are not as good at multitasking as what they actually think.
Okay.
But I,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know because I mean, obviously these books are old, so I don't know if there's been any current studies done on it. So
But yeah, I don't know, but I think it is easier to get them to pay attention when you're right in front of them. Like
so
I'd agree with her.
So I saw this meme. So that's why you guys saw me chuckle just a second ago. I saw this meme um, earlier today, and this teacher was trying to do an online class because of the whole coronavirus, and he was doing it through a software where there's a voting system. And he got kicked out of his own class.
No way.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Oh man. Oh, but
Wow. That's
Jordan
wild.
Jordan says BlackBerry. Oh my gosh, my mom had one when I was younger. Yeah, the Blackberries were in.
Those were awesome. Yeah.
Yes, love how the schools are trying to help their students. I would agree with Jordan when it comes to knowing if the children are paying attention, classrooms environments are actually better to help kids learn social skills. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest parts of going to school is learning social skills.
Yeah. Just being able to socialize yourself and being able to.
And like learning how to stand in line even at like a supermarket, or that's actually one thing I learned that's different about like living in Asia versus living in America is we learn how to stand in line in elementary school, and we learn like how to sit in a chair in elementary school.
Yeah.
But like in Vietnam and Taiwan, those kids are like running around in class and they don't go everywhere with their teacher. The teachers come to them.
Mm-hmm. So, would you say that style of learning is more effective?
Ah, I can't pick which one's more effective or not.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if anybody has done a study on that, just to see what the implementations are and if we could utilize if one does seem to be more effective than the other, what can we do to better help the students.
Yeah.
One thing that I was concerned with was the decline of recess.
Oh yeah.
You remember recess, man? I don't know if elementary kids still have it, but
Really?
do they?
Dude, they better.
Does anybody know in the chat if elementary kids still have recess?
My mom was telling you when she was growing up, like they had it in middle school.
Yeah, we never got it in middle school. We never got it in high school, and that was I could have seen a lot of different outcomes for a lot of different people if we just had
Especially
recess,
middle
man.
school. Especially middle school. There were so many like fights. And I think a lot of those fights are because they can't get their aggression out just by like being active.
Right. There's so much energy. I mean, man,
Yeah.
so there are a couple studies that I've read that if you just let the child play, uh, and wear them
Mhm.
out, they're more in tune to learn.
Yeah,
Like
like
even
yeah.
training a dog, like if you just train a dog, you let them kind of run around and then you try to teach them something, like you're trying to train them, they'll be better able to learn what you're trying to teach them.
Yeah. Like my mom, she was like an exercise science major when she was in college. And she would like when I'd come from school, she'd be like, "Go outside and play. Go play, 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 play." And when you come back, do your homework. And a lot of kids, I think they had to do their homework first
Mm-hmm.
before they could play. It was almost like homework was a punishment.
Really?
In a way, you know what I mean?
Kind of, sort of,
I
yeah.
actually heard this thing on the radio the other day, and it was like this woman, when she was a child, she would have to, if she was punished, she would go up to her room and read. Her mom would make her go up to her room and read. And to this day, now that she's an adult, she cannot read. Like, she hates reading because she
Really?
was punished as a child for reading.
Yeah, you can take a hobby and make it. You can make it something that they hate instantly.
Yeah. And like, yeah, you just gotta like just let them get all their energy out first, you know?
Oh my gosh, Matt. So Zoya said, first to fifth grade have recess. Middle school and high school we had to chat with our friends, but not necessarily recess. Yeah, we had what was that thing called? Every Friday that we walked around the bus lanes in at Creekland.
Oh, that got canceled. Walk
Yeah,
and talk.
walk and talk. That's what it
Yeah.
was. We had a period, but what was it? Because somebody fought too much, or there were too many fights.
Eighth grade was a bad year for like,
Yeah.
I like talked to, what community were you in?
D.
Okay. Um, I was in A, and one of my teachers like goes to my church, and she's like good friends with my mom too. And she said our eighth grade year was the worst year she's ever had as a teacher because there
Really?
was just so many fights, and like that was a bad year. I remember that.
Dang. Yeah. That's where Zoya and I met. That's where Nikki and I met. Actually, we met in eighth grade, seventh grade
Yeah.
at Selena's party. She's gonna join. She beat me up
Yeah.
if I don't get that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got stuff canceled for everybody.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like it was like either of us. It was just like there were some bad kids.
Yeah, troubled kids.
Yeah.
Kids. But you remember silent lunch? What was it? How they punish kids?
Yeah,
Remember
they do
having
that a lot.
Do they still do
I,
that?
well, like, yeah, I sub middle school a lot. And honestly, most of those kids, they're like, I don't even care about silent lunch. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, it's just like not even that big of a deal for those kids now.
I mean, like how long do
For
you
a lot of,
get silent lunch? It's like a week or something like that, right?
dude, I went to this class, and because I was subbing, they didn't have silent lunch that day. And they're like, oh, thank God you were here. We've had silent lunch for a month.
The teacher put them all on silent lunch?
Yeah, for a month. For like,
What?
I don't know why.
Honestly, at that point, like I feel like teachers kind of lose their credibility when they start putting kids on silent lunch that often. Like, oh, you're going on
Well, no,
silent lunch for a month.
she did it like you guys are on silent lunch for this entire month. Like that's what she did.
What'd they
Apparently,
do? What was so bad?
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
ask. Yeah.
Do we have it in eighth grade? Yeah, we had silent lunch in eighth grade.
Oh yeah.
I remember getting silent lunch a couple times.
I think I've probably had it, but I don't remember like the specific time. We had it like all throughout middle school.
Yeah, so there was
I remember that was a big punishment. Actually, was getting silent lunch.
that in ISS. You remember ISS?
ISS.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember that being more of a high school thing.
Yeah, I got it in
think.
high school. I got it in
Oh,
high school.
really?
I didn't well, I don't know if it was a thing in middle school, but I got it in high school.
For what? I gotta hear this.
All right. So Nikki and I were Nikki, I'm telling the story. I love you. We were it was our senior year before we were about to go on spring break, and we decided we wanted an extra day of spring break. So we were gonna make this spring break one day earlier. So we were gonna write a note to the administrator saying that we were gonna get out and our parents are gonna let us go and we're gonna be able to do whatever we want. And yeah, so we didn't take into account them calling our parents.
Oh, so you guys just kind of like forged a note?
Yeah, we forged a note, forged a signature, and they called my mom and they called her madre, and we got ISS. So,
Wow.
yep, got ISS. Yep. That was the only thing I did that got ISS. But I will say I got a lot of work done. Because you're not allowed to do
Oh,
anything. You're not allowed to go to any of your classes. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. You're just supposed to sit there in your little cubicle. You get to go to lunch. You get to go on bathroom breaks.
oh, you
That's
get
it.
to go to lunch?
Yeah, you get to go to lunch. I think
But
you.
I mean, like, I thought they had to bring it to you or something.
Yeah, actually, they might have done that.
Yeah.
They might have done that. I don't remember. It's been so long, but
How many days did you get for that?
I think it was like
For
two or
ISS?
three. 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was kind of funny. Thinking back on
Yeah.
it now, I'm like, gosh, that was stupid. Why did I
Yeah,
not
like,
think
it
they were gonna
doesn't,
call
like-
my mom? Like, that's so stupid. I could have avoided
Yeah.
this whole thing. I could have just made them call Nikki, and then Nikki could have made them call me. It would have been so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. So you never got ISS or anything like that?
Nah.
Yeah, yeah, that was fun. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
That's
good
a
times.
memory.
Yeah.
That's a memory for sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, at least you know what the ISS room looks like, you know?
That's true. It was in one of the trailers.
Okay.
One of the trailers. Do they still have those trailers at Collins Hill?
I'm not sure. I haven't been to Console a lot
Yeah,
recently.
neither have I.
I saw that they built like this where you remember all those trailers were in like that back parking lot kind of by the football field?
Yeah.
They have like a big tennis court there now because I think GGC bought that tennis court
Really?
by your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's the neighborhood that I was in.
Yeah. And they bought now Collins Hill has their own tennis courts like on campus.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, GGC
Yeah.
taking over the area.
Oh, I know. I heard they're gonna buy that Walmart over 316.
That's what I heard, but I really hope they don't because that Walmart is like the best thing in that area.
It is, but I do think GGC will make that area really good too.
Yeah. That's true.
They're making Lawrenceville just like downtown Lawrenceville just sprout up. Like
They really are. I love GGC, and I think it's got a great education system. That's where my wife actually went to nursing school.
okay.
There's just no college life over there. It's just like you go there and you get your grade and you get out.
I think they're trying to make Lawrenceville like that though.
I could see downtown Lawrenceville. I've always said
Yeah.
if someone opened up a college bar in downtown Lawrenceville, man, that thing would make a lot of money.
I think they're trying to do that.
Just saying, anybody watching the chat interested in opening
Yeah.
a bar?
Yeah. Maybe
Just
I
saying.
should. You know? Yeah. But just not right now because nothing's open.
No
But-
one would go right now.
Yeah, but yeah, I think they're trying to do that with downtown Lawrenceville. I think that's kind of why they're building everything up down there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know if you've driven by it lately, but they're like building so many condos and stuff.
Yeah, my mom still lives over there,
Okay.
so I head back to Gwinnett every once in a while. We haven't been back recently, obviously, because Nikki's been working in healthcare. We don't want to give the coronavirus to anybody, so we've just been quarantining ourselves in our apartment
Yeah.
just in case we have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's freaking crazy.
hmm
GGC's booming.
It is. It's crazy.
So, do you think that in Vietnam or in Thailand, they're doing? Is there some sort of like punishment system, like we were talking about? Is there like ISS or silent lunch in Vietnam?
I don't really think they have that there.
Really?
I do think they kind of. Yeah, I don't think they really have that at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's just something that we do over here.
I think they kind of actually. I don't know. I think they just still respect their teachers a little bit more over there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, they have Teachers' Day there,
That makes
like
sense.
a national holiday. That's pretty crazy. Like when I heard that, I was like, what?
Yeah, I think teachers are kind of underappreciated here. So anybody that's working in healthcare or doing something for the greater community, like teaching, I definitely think deserves a lot more credit. Hold on one second. Got to give it to you anyways. Oh my gosh, Zoya, why are you texting me? Just Put it in the chat. Oh my goodness. I so Zoya said, look at the camera more. I can't because his face is over here on this screen and the chat's right here. So I'm like going back and forth between looking at him and looking at the chat. I apologize.
Yeah.
But what was the question? Dang, Zoya, why you get me distracted like that? My mom says, as a homeowner, I hope that building slows down because it also increases the property tax. Oh, for GGC.
I think it will slow down because everything's just kind of closed down.
Yeah.
I don't think they can really do anything too much.
Yeah. Well, I thought your wife was gonna make a cameo, man.
I don't know where she is right now,
Yeah,
but
she's just chilling.
I could text her down here and see if she wants to come on. But
Yeah, make a
We'll see.
cameo.
yeah,
She's interested.
yeah,
But in the meantime, I appreciate everybody coming out. Again, I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. I am sorry that there's no awesome, cool background green screen on.
I like the green screen though.
I appreciate
Cool.
it. You should see it when there's no green screen. It looks cooler. But usually it's a little bit more organized than what happened tonight. I guess Restream's API system is down. So it wouldn't let me stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So we had technical difficulties getting everything started up. But, you know, I think it's been a pretty good stream so far.
Yeah.
Pretty good stream.
Can you see me well?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. It's a little dark. I apologize.
No, you got the light. It's going good. You got the nice background scenery too. I like it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just figured the outdoor patio I have is a good spot. So.
Oh my gosh, my wife said the green screen is just in the middle of the room. It's ugly.
Just ruin it. Ruin it for you.
Oh, I know. She hates this thing, and I love her so much for letting me put this thing up.
Oh, really?
She hates it. She hates it.
Oh. Just like in the middle of nowhere in your house.
Yeah, so actually it's like that's my house. So like
Yeah.
back there, like it's all dark, all the lights are turned off. But pretty much I have the green screen separating the room so it looks a little bit nicer when I do the stream, but it looks terrible when I'm not streaming, so
Yeah.
my mom actually asked a good question. What's the greatest challenge as a teacher?
The greatest challenge as a teacher?
Yeah.
I would say that's a tough question. Wow. It's just like kind of trying to fit every student's need because every student is different and you can have classes of like 20 or 30 kids and you just got to try and figure out a way to get to all of them at once.
That makes sense. Being able to be flexible in everybody's learning style seems to be the
flexible
hardest thing.
is a good word. Yeah.
Seems to be hard trying to get everybody's teaching style and meeting everybody's needs. Thank you, Jordan. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming out. Yes, everybody stay safe if you're just now leaving.
All right. So
Hello. How are you? I see your
my wife Ruby just showed up.
I see your wife is
I'm
here.
gonna put her on the mic real quick for a
That's
little
fine.
bit.
Move her over
Right.
here because
Coming on.
move her over here so that way I can
Let's
see.
get
her.
over. I'm gonna unplug it
Hello?
actually.
Hey Ruby, how are you?
Oh, yeah, what? Hi,
Hey, how you doing?
Unplug it.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So
This is Ruby.
so is this your first time doing a podcast?
Yeah, the first time I see this one
Yeah.
in real.
Oh, well yeah, it's just
Straight
getting
out of
started.
Vietnam.
That's all right.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
so what are some differences between Vietnam and America?
First is under the food.
Food. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would agree. I think my
and
favorite
here
meal
you eat like
I think my favorite meal is definitely pho.
Oh my god, yeah.
Pho's
Yeah,
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
pho is
A good
definitely
banh mi.
top tier. Yeah, I think Nikki, is that the one you like, banh mi?
Oh,
Yeah. That's really good too.
Yeah,
banh mi
definitely.
is just kind of like a little Vietnamese sub.
Sandwich.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nikki's
Yeah.
Nikki's grandma gets that one for me all the time.
Oh,
Wow.
I love banh mi's.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And the second, yeah. The
say that
food.
again.
What else? She just said the food.
Oh, sweet.
The second thing I think is the weather.
The weather.
The
Yeah.
weather over
It's
here.
cold over here.
Is it really?
It's colder.
Oh,
And
Vietnam
then
is
it's really
hot.
hot.
So I've heard. Nikki's uncle seems to say it's pretty hot every time they go over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hot. It's close to the equator. It's pretty
Yeah.
close.
Really, my mental geography map always places it higher than the equator. I never thought about that.
So if you think like, I think Georgia's probably like 30 to 40 degrees latitude, and I think Vietnam is probably like between 10 and 20.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, we were planning on going to Vietnam this year, but it just didn't obviously work out with everything going on. So I hope next year we'll be going to Vietnam soon.
Yeah.
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 It's really cool over there.
Yeah.
What's the time difference?
This is right now it's like 11 hours.
Yeah, I think 11.
Are
It
they
depends on
ahead of us or behind us?
ahead.
Ahead.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Oh, so they living in the future over there.
Yeah. It's pretty wild living over there.
Uh-huh.
So one of the weirdest things, I know this is a little ADD and off topic, but one of the weirdest things about going to France was the sun setting at around 12 a.m. Is it like that over in Vietnam?
No.
No. It's like really
Same time every day.
Really?
Like, depending on summer or winter.
Mm-hmm.
Same time every day.
Because I know
30.
Yeah,
in
ain't as much as here, you know.
yeah, I that was the weirdest thing was trying to go to bed at like 9 or 10 o'clock and the sun's still up.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's really really strange, and it messes up my sleep pattern. And I know in Alaska they have like a 24-hour day.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is, but I think it's like once every so often.
Or but like their summers are just super long in general.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Hmm.
Well, I think we're approaching that hour mark, so I appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
talking with you again, Dylan.
Mhm.
Yeah, again, I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. That I'm hoping the next stream will be a lot smoother than this one, because obviously this one kind of was off to a rough start, but I think we caught ourselves. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see you though.
good to see you too. I'm gonna actually keep you on this, but I'm gonna end the stream. Okay.
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 All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming out. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for bearing with us. We'll be live again Thursday. So if you haven't already dropped a like and a follow, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.